Good evening, everyone. Maybe a couple of minutes past the 5 o'clock hour for this TIF Grambling Legend Square Taxing District, May the 2nd. Do everyone have a copy of the agenda? Okay. This meeting is now called to order. May we stand and have a moment of prayer? John, could you lead us? Amen. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Everyone has had an opportunity to look at the agenda. Can I get a motion to adopt today's agenda? It's been moved by Councilman Lewis and second by Council Lady Giles that we, let me get this right. It's been motioned by Councilman Lewis and second by Council Lady Giles that we adopt the agenda for tonight's meeting. Are you ready for the question? All in favor? Any opposed? The motion is carried. We up to our public comment. Are there any comments from the public as it relates to the agenda tonight? Great. We do have a presentation from Coburn as it relates to the electric water meters. They're going to give us a presentation. You know, last month we had a presentation from, I think it was Core Maine. And this TIF meeting, we will have a presentation by Coburn's and the meters that they have and that they want to present to us to take in consideration. Mr. Bagley? All right, Mr. Bagley is representing, can you just give us a brief introduction of yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Kevin Baggett. So I work for a company called Aquametric, and we were in partnership with Coburn Supply. And I myself, I cover the state of Louisiana. I cover all of the census, FlexNet, AMI, and AMR systems in the state of Louisiana. And I appreciate the opportunity tonight to present to you, to show you our product and what we can offer to the city of Grambling. Okay, you ready? All right. I do understand we're under a bit of a time constraint, so I'm going to move fairly quickly. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, holler at me, let me know. I'm here for you, so I'm happy to answer any questions that come up at any point in time. As Mayor mentioned, I believe you already have a relationship with Coburn's. Coburn's will supply all of the product for this project if we go forward. Aquametric, the company I work for, we will provide the IT services, the system integration, the project management, and once the project is over, we also provide the support for the life of the system. Who are Aquametric and Census? So Census has over 130 years in the business of water metering. If you've been around meters for a while, you probably remember the old Rockwell meters. That is Census. So the company's been around for a good bit. Aquametric, we have deployed over 100 FlexNet systems throughout our territory, which is Louisiana, Texas, California, and Hawaii. So we've done a fair amount of these systems. We also have an in-house IT support and technical team. And that's where actually I fit in. And we have another, my name is Kevin, we have another Kevin Clavier in Metairie. And we provide all the IT and technical services for the system so you don't have to bring in extra support. First, we're going to look at the residential meters that we offer. This is the iPearl meter. There are no moving parts within this meter. Because of that, we're able to offer a 20-year accuracy warranty, full 20 years. So in 19 years, if you pull that meter out of the ground and it's not accurate, you get a brand new meter with a brand new 20-year warranty. And the way we're able to do that is the fact that there's no mechanical moving parts within the meter. Whereas a traditional water meter, any brand meter, is going to slow down over time if it has that moving wheel inside of it. This will not slow down. So this will benefit the city as far as revenue. You won't start seeing revenue loss over time as you do with a traditional water meter. This meter also has onboard data logging, which means it will record the water consumption on the meter itself. So I'm going to show you how we're going to take all that data and put it on the cloud, but you can also take a laptop out to this meter or a handheld and pull water data right off of that meter to show to a customer if need be. It also has onboard alarms so that if there's a potential leak at a customer's house, this will alarm and let you know, which can let you know at the city. It can send you an email, a text message. If you opt for a customer portal, you can even have that alarm sent to the customer themselves for them to receive that alarm. Our commercial meters, the Omni technology, they use a floating ball technology, and they have an extended flow range. So as of right now, if you have any compound meters where, say it's a 6-inch meter and you have a high flow pass and a low flow pass, you have to add those registers together. This meter right here can measure that low flow technology, so you only need one register to record consumption on these meters. And these are in sizes 1.5 inches up to 10 inch. And these are typically your higher revenue meters, because these are going to be your industrial, your commercial customers. You're really going to get more of your revenue from these meters right here, traditionally. They also have onboard alarms and onboard data logging, which means you can go to this meter and pull data directly off of that meter to a handheld device. Yes, sir. A composite. It is a composite polymer meter, yes, sir. Now, there are different versions of this. So there is a version of this that has a brass flow tube. So if you don't, some customers don't like the composite connections, you can order this meter with a brass flow tube. And we also do have mechanical meters that are solid brass. Usually those are more expensive because of the cost of brass these days. But there are different versions of this meter, yes, sir. You can do a full brass flow tube. The Ally meter is basically the same technology as the iPro meter, but it also has the ability to remote disconnect. So if you have customers that routinely are not paying their bill on time, you can, from your office, press a button and turn this meter off remotely. Rather than having a truck roll, send somebody out there to manually turn the meter off, and they pay the bill, then you have to send somebody back out there again to manually turn the meter on. With this device right here, you can shut it off with the press of a button. And within about 90 seconds, that meter will turn off. Yes, sir.
Is there a lot of equipment to maintain in the office it's pretty simple?
There's no equipment to maintain the office.
Okay.
Everything is web-based. So all you need is a computer, an iPad, an iPhone. Everything else is cloud-based.
Okay.
From the office. Now, we do have some collectors out in the field, and I'll show you that here in just a second. But from the office, there's no IT investment. You don't have to buy a server. You don't have to buy, network security. All that is provided. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. The customer cannot, because the valve is inside of this meter. So you cannot physically manually turn this meter back on. valves inside of it. So, no, the customer can't do it. Now, a meter technician can go out there with a handheld device, and they can turn the meter back on with software that we provide and equipment that we provide, but a customer cannot turn it back on themselves. Another option you have with this is what's called a low flow mode. So if some places, especially further up north, have laws, regulations where you cannot turn somebody's water off. This has a trickle mode, so you can turn it down to just a trickle of a flow where there's enough water pressure where they can fill up a cup, take some medicine. They can fill up, a baby bottle. But you're not going to take a shower, you're not going to wash clothes, you're not going to, water your lawn in that low flow mode. So that's the third option. If you don't want to shut their water off completely, you can put it in that low flow mode where they can still take medicine if need be. And that's another option that's available. This meter also measures temperature and water pressure. Temperature is not too important, but water pressure is nice because you can deploy these strategically throughout your system and manage the pressure of your system, monitor the pressure of your system. So if you have a main break somewhere, these meters will pop up and start saying, hey, I have low pressure, something's wrong. And you can build what's called a pressure profile. You can locate where that issue is using these meters right here. So if you have like a list of meters, say if you have 20 people that didn't pay, you can take that list of meters and upload it to the system and tell it to shut all these meters off.
I mean, but it would have to be something you do in real time. There's no way to schedule to say if.
No.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, there would be a way to do that, but that involves getting some professional services involved, and your billing company would have to be agreeable to that as well. But traditionally, you run a list out of billing, and then you go to the system, you upload it, and it shuts them off.
And the billing on the meters is real time?
Yes, ma'am. It's real time. In fact, here in a second, I'm going to pull up another customer, and we'll show you some real-time data there right now. Absolutely. FlexNet is the name of our network technology. It's just a name brand of the system that we have. One thing to keep in mind is FlexNet is not a water metering network. FlexNet is a smart city network. So you can do a lot more things other than just water metering with this network. When it's installed, traditionally you start with the water first. You measure water, get your data, start using those functionalities. But you can also do street lights, not red lights, but street lights. If you own your own street lights, you can manage and monitor those. You can do SCADA operations, so you can monitor your tank levels from here. You can even get to where you can control some of your back-end SCADA systems through this system as well. Any other pressure monitors you have throughout the system, we can connect to that. Pretty much anything that has a 4 to 20 milliamp sensor on it, we can connect to and bring that data into you. So this is not, don't think of it as a water meter network, it's a smart city network. It gives you a lot of different options. We also do water and gas meter, electric and gas meters. I don't think you do that here in the city, but we do that. Yes, ma'am. So your shutoff valve, what are they connected to? Is it like to flush the system or?
Like if I'm understanding you correctly, if we have a break in the line in the city, if we could shut it down in a certain area and not have to shut the whole city down?
So
is that what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm. Not have to shut the whole city down. We could just shut off a section and not have to shut everything down. Because one of the problems that we have now, if we have a break in a line in certain areas in the city, we have to shut a whole section of the city down to fix that break.
Right, so I mean, you would have, sounds like you would need an additional shut-off valve wherever you need it. But if that can connect to like a PLC on a SCADA system, then we can connect to that through this network.
You can.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
We have some different technologies, depending on how that's set up, but yes, we can remote control different devices. A programmable logic controller. So it's typically in the SCADA systems, your water distribution, probably maybe your the sewer maintenance guys might be more familiar with it. It's just a controller that controls all those devices. We have a primary license. We're the only competitor in the business that has that license. We do have the highest power and range in the industry. And we do have true two-way communication. That means not only are your meters talking to you, you can talk to them as well. So 5, 10 years down the road, there's a new software, a new feature that comes out. We can push that new software, that new feature to the meters. You don't have to go out, you don't have to buy new meters, you don't have to replace them. We can update them over the air through our network. No, we don't. So that's a good question. All of your data is owned and maintained by the city. So we do house the data in our data centers, but we don't own it. It's owned by you, and it's not sold to anyone. No, ma'am. It's a private network. Only you have access to, unless you give them access, but nobody else has access to it. No, ma'am. And we do have dual data centers. So we have a data center on the East Coast and one on the West Coast. That way, your data is truly protected. If we get a hurricane on the East Coast, we still have the West Coast that can uphold your data. And there's a full-time digital security team that monitors the data as well. And if there's any issues, they contact us right away if they see any security issues. The primary FCC license, as far as why does that matter? So we can communicate at a frequency that no one else can communicate. We hold that license. Whereas some competitors might have a system that communicates on more publicly available frequencies, like Wi-Fi networks, baby monitors, garage door openers, or just other available frequencies. We have a license where only us can communicate on this frequency. And that means if somebody does start communicating, we can go to the FCC and have them removed from that frequency and fined if they don't do it willingly. So, and because of that, that's why we're able to, we have the highest power transmission at 2 watts within the industry, and that's because we own that frequency. As I mentioned earlier, FlexNet can do a lot more than just water metering. We can do pressure monitoring, tank level monitoring, lighting, and just other systems. So here's a little yes, ma'am. The network itself is included. No, like the lighting application, that's an additional cost. The pressure monitoring, that's included. Different SCADA would be a different cost. So there's different levels. Yes, ma'am. This is the basics of how it operates. So on the left over here, you see your smart meters, which are attached to a radio, a transmitter. That transmitter transmits data to your collector. We typically put it on the top of your water tower because you already own it. It's a hardened infrastructure. It's not going to go down in a storm. It's a good, safe device. But we can use other just tall buildings, tall poles, anywhere, but we typically use your water towers. And then from that system right there, we have a encrypted communication back to our cloud, which transmits all your data to our cloud, which then you access through a website. And the same thing, if you're going to communicate to a meter, You'll communicate from the cloud to your water tower, which sends out the signal to the meters. And that's the data path. No, ma'am. It'll bring all your reads into you. And so basically, you know, it eliminates rereads is one thing. Somebody says, well, that's not what my meter read. You can sit there and press a button, and it'll go get the reading from the meter right then and bring it back to you. Yes, ma'am.
Does this system come with bill generation, or do we have to have this information will have to tie into whatever system we already have?
It ties into whatever system you already have.
And is that any system, or would this just a possibility that we have?
Any system.
We'll make it work.
We make it work. So that's part of my job as part of the integration is we've worked with pretty much all the major billing providers, and everybody's compatible with AMI these days.
Okay.
And can it make sense if if we would have to send someone out to meetings? No one would have to go out.
So basically, you probably have, I don't know if you contract meter readers or meter readers within the city today. Traditionally, those individuals, instead of being meter readers, they become meter technicians. So instead of going to read the meter, they respond to alarms. So if, say, somebody tampers with one of your meters, it'll give you an alarm, say, hey, somebody messed with this meter. So then you send your meter technician out there to go find out what happened and resolve the issue. Or if it's a leak, you can send somebody out to go look at a leak, or, you know, different types of issues. Yes, ma'am. We do. We do training, and it's unlimited training. So part of the support contract, we'll come in and train as often as you need. It's not additional charge, and that's part of my job. If you get some new technicians 2 or 3 years down the road, we come back and we train them as well. Yes, ma'am. It's included with the support package. So there are annual support fees, but that includes unlimited support, unlimited training. That does bring up a point. We do not have like a 1-800 call center that you call if you have help. You have my cell phone, you have Kevin Clavier's cell phone, Gary's cell phone. You have our personal cell phone numbers, and you just call us directly, text us directly, rather than calling a 1-800 number.
Will it have to be monitored all day from the office?
No. They don't have, it will be, but you can set up alerts. So you can say, hey, if this happens, let me know. Or you can just say, I'll log in, you know, once a day and look at the system, look for alerts. You can either way.
The amount of time required when we get ready to pull the mass readings for the monthly billing, how much time does that require to do? Let's say if we have.
Tell you what, if you hold on that for 1 second,
it
I'll show you.
depends on them. Okay,
I'll show you.
good deal.
I'm getting brave now. I'm going to do it live.
Kevin, we're streaming live,
Okay.
so I know you are mitigating for the iHeart audience, but if you can keep the mic muted so
Ah,
they can hear.
I got you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Will do. One of the first steps in this system is doing what's called a propagation analysis, which is what we see here on the screen. This is for another customer. Each of the little black dots is a water meter. So what happens is I would get an export from you of all your water meter addresses. We send that up to an RF engineer. He inputs that into his system and says, okay, if you put this many collectors out there, this is what I need to be able to read your water meters. So you see that pink dot in the middle right there? That's a collector. That's an antenna on top of the water tower. From that antenna, we can read every water meter in that green area right there. So from what we see here, we could probably do this with one collector. We always recommend 2, just for redundancy.
Okay.
But I believe we could do it with 1, and we'll find out when we do the propagation study.
All right.
Now, it's guaranteed. So if we do the propagation study and say, we can read your whole system with 1, and then it comes back and we can't, doesn't work, then you're not on the hook for the additional equipment. We pay for the additional equipment to read your system if we get that guarantee wrong. And I want to go ahead and jump into the demo here. I only got a few minutes left, so I'm going to speed through this. One question that came up was getting the reads. So I'm going to log in. So this right here is the billing system. This is for another one of our customers that have about 1,000, 1,100 meters. And so if I'm going to log in and I need to get my reads to say it's the 15th or whatever day you bill, I'm going to log in right here, and I'm going to click Generate Export. And I choose my cycle. This customer only has one cycle, so I'm going to say cycle 1. And I'm going to say I want my reads from the 17th. And now it's going to go out right now, and it's getting the reads for these meters. And it's going to bring it back into you. And it's done. So that's how quick it is. So I
Okay.
just read
That's quick.
1,020 meters. So you see, there's an April 17th right there. That's the date that chose. I read 1,020 meters in, what, 5 seconds?
5 seconds.
Yeah, so that's how long it takes. And it's the same thing. We do bigger customers. You can read 100,000 meters in that same amount of time because the data is already on the server. We're just going to the server and getting the data.
Just
We already have the
downloading
reads.
it, basically. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. The city would install them. So we, as a project, we come in and replace all of your existing meters with our smart meters. And then after the project, then the city would be responsible for installing a new meter after it. That's a good question. So when we go through to install a meter for a city, we use a software called Nova Center, which is what we have up on the screen right here. So when we walk up to a meter, before we do anything, we take a picture. Take a picture of the yard, the whole area. We take a picture of the old water meter, of the reading on the meter, of the meter serial number, and then we replace it with our meter. Once we're done, we take pictures again. Take a picture of the new meter, the radio, the read. They back up and take a picture of the whole area. That way, if a customer calls and said, hey, y'all messed up my yard, we want to have a picture showing whether or not we did. And sometimes we do. And if we do, then we go out and we remedy that. But we take pictures of everything, and that's how, that's your way to hold us accountable. So you will have access to this 24/7 during the project. So, when we install a meter that day, by that afternoon, you'll be able to see all those pictures and all that data.
Are there any special skills? I'm echoing after Councilman Smith. Are there any special skills that the installers of those meters supposed to have or need to have? Once you put in the meters addition, at first, the addition of meters, is there any special skills that those people would need?
Not really.
Not really?
The install the meter is kind of the same as an old meter.
Okay.
Now, you do have to activate it, which you take a cell phone device, and we have a little command link you set on the meter, and you press maybe 2 buttons, and it activates that meter, which basically turns it on. And that's it. And we provide training.
After.
So if it was, there's a couple ways. For instance, like if they installed it and didn't activate it, then you would know. I tell you what, here, I can answer that question right here. This right here is Census Analytics. This is your dashboard when you log into our system. If you click on Meter Insight, this is the dashboard that you see when you log in from the office. Let's go through a couple scenarios. If someone goes and installs a meter, activates it, they do everything right, but that work order gets lost. So that meter does not get put to the billing system. It's going to show up right there where it says orphan meter. It'll say, hey, I'm out here, I'm installed, I'm talking, I'm working, somebody's using water, but you're not billing me. And that's going to show up right there immediately. So that'll let you know if it was installed, but it's not in billing. And that's how you catch, sometimes people getting free water. Sometimes it's normal. Maybe it's a brand new house, and it just hadn't made its way into the billing system yet. But sometimes we've seen them, for years. Sometimes somebody hasn't been billed. That's another thing you can do. There's a no read available right there. So if somebody goes and installs a water meter and they don't activate it or don't activate it properly, it's going to show up on that no read list. Because billing is going to say, I should be getting a read from this meter, and we're not getting it, so it's going to show up on this list right here. So that's a way from the office they'll know, wait a minute, I'm not getting a read for this meter, and I should be. So this is kind of your dashboard to let you know where that's at.
Big help.
So that's part of the propagation study. We figure out that ahead of time. So we have an ORF engineer that's going to determine ahead of time whether it will. And if it can't, usually we look for like an alternate location. Maybe a tall building, a stadium light. We look for something else rather than having to build something. But we can build as well. I'm over time. I want to show you one quick thing. 2 minutes over time. I want to show you one real quick. If a customer comes in and says, hey, I have a high bill. There's no way I use this much water. I'm paying way too much for this. Just no chance that happens. I'm sure that probably never happens here, but if it does, we can log into our device search right here, and you can start typing in their address. I've got one picked out here, 1301 Barrow. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to look at the 12-month history of this meter. So this right here is the monthly usage for the last 12 months for this customer. And I see right around here something happened. They went from using 2,800 gallons a month to 8,100 gallons a month and up in that time frame. So I can look, okay, this customer normally is down here. They jumped up. Something happened. Let's dig in a little bit deeper. And I'm going to go down to, let's say, 6 months. And instead of monthly, let's go down to hourly. And you can see right here all this heavy consumption. Every one of these little bars is 20 gallons an hour that they're using. So this is how you can show a customer you actually did use this water, and this is when you used it. If there's a dispute over a bill. Let's back this back up to 12 months. And so you can see a pattern here. Expand a little bit. This pattern here is kind of maybe a leak. This may indicate like a toilet flapper that's kind of working, not working right here. And all of a sudden here in October, we see heavy usage, 20 gallons an hour right there. And then something happened. It's kind of a small leak. We have some heavy usage. And then they turn the water off for a day or two right here. And then it comes back on 20 gallons an hour. So this right here is how you can see and show the customer. You can print this to them. You can do a spreadsheet. You can give them this data to show them you're actually using this water, and this is when you used it. So yes, I would, okay, we try to not use the word leak, because if you use the word leak, customer might call a plumber, and if there's not a leak, they might incur some charges that were unnecessary. So we'll say it's continuous consumption. So we'll say continuously consumption, 20 gallons an hour. And this is live data right here. This is going on right now. I need to wrap up, don't I? I'm sorry, 5 minutes over. Yes, sir. Yes, absolutely. This is a good customer right here. This is St. Mary. I would also talk to Minden, not too far from here. Minden's been on system since 2017. They use water and electric. Bossier City, we have Bossier City. We're doing New Orleans right now, but we can give you a full list of every customer in our territory. Absolutely. We'll get information. I'm way out of time, but I appreciate your time today. Feel free to call us if you have any questions, and I'm sorry I'm 6 minutes over. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's where Colburn's is. They have
I'll leave you a business
Colburn's
card.
in
If you have any
Ruston on the
questions,
service.
feel free to shoot me an email or a phone
No,
call,
that's the
and
company
we're more than happy to come do this again.
I don't know where he's from. Thank you. So he's from Covington. He's from Covington.
Administration. I'm sure there are probably some other questions, and if so, we can email them to you,
Yeah.
and be looking forward
Colburn's.
to receive the account list of customer lists that you already have. You good? Again, y'all, let's give Ms. Bagley a hand for just coming out and.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we have, you should have in your packet a ballot for officers for tonight. Did everyone get one? Let's see if I can find mine. Okay. You want to, let's see, Miss Prudham, can you come and pick up the ballots for us? Yes, just write on who you recommend for president, vice president, and secretary, and we'll just tally them up. Ms. Gibson, did you get one?
Hmm.
Our other two members couldn't make it tonight, but we got this business here that has to be taken care of. It doesn't matter. I just want the names here. Okay. No, I don't think I. Okay. Okay. Tell him. Need something to write on? Is there anything else as we wait for the tally, the drum roll? Yes, ma'am.
That's right.
Okay.
I was gonna
Well,
bring that up.
can we back that up then? Did you have a copy of the minutes?
Yes.
You do?
I got it
think-
right here.
Well, let's sure that up. Can I get a motion to adopt the minutes for last month's meeting?
Second.
It's been moved by Council Lady Smith and second by Councilman Lewis that we adopt the minutes from last month's meeting.
Okay.
Are you ready for the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you. Thank you, Council Lady Smith, for bringing that to our attention.
I have a question, unrelated, but if I wanted to propose a zoning change in the TIF district, is that possible? And if so, do I start with the TIF district or do I start with zoning?
Oppose the
Propose.
short-term lease? The
No,
short-term
no.
rental?
No. I want to know if I want to propose a zoning change inside a TIF district, is that possible? And if so, would I bring it to the TIF meeting first, or would I bring it to zoning first?
I would think you would bring it to planning and zoning.
Planning and zoning, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know if it's possible to even do that, or not?
Yeah, it's
It is?
possible.
Okay, thank you.
You ready? Okay. Got you, got you, got you. Y'all ready? All right. Y'all ready for the drum roll?
Yes.
Okay, for president, well, let's start as secretary. For secretary, we have Council Lady Giles. For vice president, we got Councilman Lewis.
What?
And for president of the TIF district, Council Lady Ponton. So, congratulations. We have our new slate of members, new slate of officers, and we will lay out the terms as it is laid out in the ordinance for how long each person can serve. But I want to congratulate everybody and look forward to next month's meeting and working with any way possible we can get it done. All right, are we close to the 5:45 hour? We're on it. Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
It's been moved by Councilman Lewis that we adjourn and second by Council Lady Ponton. Are you ready for the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned.
Okay.
As we adjourn this meeting, we will enter into our public hearing for our short-term rentals. Is now open for, come on in, Ms. Stringfellow. And the public hearing, again, is for ordinance number 03070-4-1, introduction of an ordinance for the city of Grambling to establish standards governing short-term rental or of a movable property for lodging or sleeping purposes, and regulate all persons engaged in the business of short-term rentals, including without limitation, property owners, operators, and guests. So this public hearing is now open. We will hear from the public or anyone have any comments as it relates to the short-term rentals ordinance. public hearing for the short-term rentals is hereby closed. We will start our 6 o'clock council meeting in just about 15 minutes. Thank you all, and congratulations.